Welcome back. Well, we're joined now by Honorable Moshood Salvador, a member of the PDP and former member of the House of Reps, as well as a delegate to the just concluded National Conference. Thank you for coming on this morning.
You're welcome.
Well, let's start off where we did start off with the previous guest about that matter which your party had talked about, that allegation. Does it even matter that that even popped up? Because I've had people who have looked through all of those documents and they, reading it, and say, yes, much as we have the case in 2011, they think that bringing it up now, the recent case today, is a non-issue.
The issue of...
the issue that Mr. Fani-Kayode brought about today.
You see, thank you very much, Chamberlain, for raising this issue. In as much as I don't usually want to talk so much on such to leave Nigeria to smart up, but it is very necessary for me to tell our brother in the north to shine their face. It has happened once. It has happened before, during the time of Yaradua. Honestly speaking, I was one of the delegation that left Lagos to meet General Obasanjo on the issue of Yaradua's health. General Obasanjo said, no, I know what we are talking about. I had a brother, he had the same medical record. He spent 25 years, he even born twins. You can see all those. At the end of the day, we came to issue of doctrine of necessity. They put the country into a kiosk. It's now coming again. Yoruba people say...
We did not come to that because of President Yaradua's health. We came to that because the right things were not done at that time. So if the president is sick, he ought to have, given a letter, for instance. That's
the issue, madam, the issue is this. They are aware, they knew.
That's what?
From day one, that Yaradua cannot finish that term.
My point is, we came to the issue of the doctrine of necessity because the president then did not hand over a letter to his deputy or his vice, that there will be a way, asking him to take over, as it were, when he had a frail health. So anybody could fall ill in office, but if you do not do what is proper, we will still have the same issue.
So you are expecting them to do proper thing because this man is, they acclaim...
We're asking that whoever is in office at whatever time, regardless of the state of health that you enter,
yes,
whenever it is that you enter, do what is right.
Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is this. What Femi Fani-Kayode is bringing to the public notice is that this man is, his medical record is not fit to be the president of Nigeria because he won't be able to stay there for a long time. And the people that sponsored him...
Does he believe he will win, for him to have that fear that he wouldn't
It's
stay
not a matter
long?
of, you don't even think of whether you will win or you will lose. We are talking of our nation. You don't need to take chances for a nation's life. You don't need to take chances. So that is what they are trying to tell you. If the public can put two and two together and try to prevent such things.
Is your party with a copy of his health status, his medical records?
Nobody gave us the copy of Yaradua's health record, but at the end of the day, that was what happened. The same thing is what they are talking about now. And this arrangement was made, that of Yaradua's arrangement was made by General Obasanjo himself, because he knew there was no way a minority of that status can get to become president, and he wants to clear that area in the record of Nigeria politics. He succeeded in doing it. Another thing is now...
And it has brought your party the good fortune of having the president there at the helm of affairs. Your party is really happy to have him a second time. You presented him as the presidential candidate
because he has performed.
But this time around, without the support of former President Olusegun Obasanjo,
so
that is totally out of his hands.
General Obasanjo is an individual. He has his own opinion. His opinion is not binding on Nigeria. His opinion is not binding on PDP. His opinion does not necessarily mean to be excellent. His opinion does not even necessarily mean to be wrong.
But in this case, it was excellent for your party.
Or General Obasanjo's opinion?
Yes. I mean, what I mean is, in the first time, it was excellent for your party.
That was when he made a very good opinion. When the opinion is not good, is not good. How or not can an elder statesman of his status be inciting the society, making inciting statements? It's not good. We have so many former head of state. I'm not here to come and discuss General Obasanjo. Let us go back to our
because that comment that the spokesperson of the campaign organization made about that alleged letter which was being purportedly signed, what did they hope to achieve with that?
Well, it's not just to the public notice. All this thing has been happening long ago. Most of the commissioners in Lagos will not sit on during former governor without having his undated resignation. Because if you misbehave, they just have to date it and you can fight anything in court. And you will agree to it before even going into the job. You will agree to that because you have the confidence that you are not going to misbehave, you're not going to... So it's enough. That is what has been going on for a very long time.
But the party has denied that, look, there is no such thing. They don't know where they got that from, but that doesn't exist.
Yeah. When you go to court and you are arraigned, they will ask you, are you guilty or not? You will say, no, you are not guilty until it is proven guilty. Let us prove it.
Let's move to your party manifesto. Why should your party be re-elected?
Let me first of all say, when you talk of a manifesto, you look at, there's a section in every manifesto that is committal. There is, in the manifesto, for a manifesto to be a manifesto, you have to commit themselves to one thing. They have to look at the historical background of the polity of that society and try to correct one thing and also talk of the general development. The committal, the area of commitment of manifesto of PDP is one of the strongest things that made all the Aoists, all the Afenifere, all the Yoruba Unity Forum to follow this, the president this time around, because the APC manifesto and their candidate don't believe in such. And that is the area of restructuring Nigeria and putting a proper devolution on the tiers of government.
Is your party planning to do that?
Of course, yes. If he's not planning to do that, our president will not convoke a national conference. He will not convoke national conference. The change, the correction, the perfection Nigeria needs is in the report of national conference. Some people are now telling us they are doubting whether Mr. President will implement national conference report. Don't doubt that. It's based on precedents. He promised to convoke national conference. He did. Then why should we doubt him?
Yeah, but which law is he going to rely on to implement recommendations of the national conference?
It's not as difficult as you were looking at it. If Nigerians are interested, he has the power. Mr. President it's just for all Nigerians to support it.
But you have heard when lawyers have said, look, this is, you can't place something on nothing.
Look, sometimes when I sit down, I watch television, I smile, you have to talk within the limit of your knowledge. There's no way you can do it. When they keep talking of law, they're forgetting about politics. It is being guided by law. Yeah, I agree with you. But when you talk of society, you know that the law is a social engineering.